Steve Rogers is trying to adjust to his new life without his friends or family. But there's also no polio, which is nice, and he gets a new friend in Sam Wilson. Their bromance is interrupted by Black Widow, who needs Steve for a mission to rescue a ship taken over by baddies. They save the ship, but Steve sees Nat nick a USB drive and complains to Nick Fury about a secret organisation doing shady stuff. Fury's all, "You think that's shady?" and reveals Project Insight, which is essentially 3 helicarriers of death that will detect bad guys and take them out before they can do bad stuff. Cap thinks this is incredibly dodgy and goes to sulk to a very old Peggy Carter about it. Fury goes to look at the USB which has data for the project, but his access has gone all weird, so he asks the other director of S.H.I.E.L.D., Alexander Pierce, to delay the project for a bit. Things go from weird to bad when he's ambushed by some goons and a guy with a metal arm, so he legs it to Steve's place to tell him S.H.I.E.L.D's been compromised. Unfortunately, Metal Arm Guy followed him and shoots Nick, so Nick hands the USB to Steve before he's rushed to the hospital so he can fake his death, die on the operating table. Steve and Pierce make shifty eyes at each other, which is followed up by a fight in a lift that even Batman would have to call impressive. Pierce tells S.H.I.E.L.D. that Cap is withholding info about Fury's death, so Steve and Nat go on the run. Nat says that the Metal Arm Guy is probably the Winter Soldier, an assassin Hydra uses when they're feeling fancy. The data on the USB leads them to an old military base where they find Hydra scientist Arnim Zola, or more accurately, his brain that he's turned into a computer. He tells them that Hydra have been secretly running the joint from within S.H.I.E.L.D. and they get out of there before the place blows up. They ask Sam Wilson if he wants to help and uses his special jetpack to interrogate a Hydra agent who tells them that Hydra are going to use the helicarriers of death to kill good guys instead of bad guys. The Winter Soldier turns up again and, plot twist, it's Steve's best mate, Bucky Barnes from the first film. He's been brainwashed by Hydra to do their bidding and gets stored in the freezer when they don't need him, which explains the not aging thing. The gang get caught by Hydra's S.H.I.E.L.D. but get rescued by Maria Hill, who takes them to Nick Fury,
who did not die,
and they make a plan to destroy the helicarriers of death with computer chips. Pierce is outed as leader of Hydra, Cap and Bucky fight, the helicarriers go boom, Nick kills Pierce, Cap saves Bucky saves Cap, and everyone's feeling a little lost, so they keep looking at their watches wondering when Avengers 2 will start. He's got a friend in Steve. He's got a friend in Steve. After Hydra's washed his brain, gave him a metal arm and drove him insane. He'll just remember this small refrain. Oh, he's got a friend in Steve. Yeah, he's got a friend in Steve.